In this series, I'm going to show you how to complete Dark Souls 3 without dying. You can also use this as a very safe and secure way to get through the game. By following this walkthrough, you'll be able to complete this game without too much stress or too much hassle. My name is Azzavhar or Azza. Now let's get into the video game training. On this episode, we're going to head through Anor Londo and take out Aldrich. So from the Pontiff bonfire, we want to head towards these doors at the back here. Head on through and towards the left. Also, it's worth mentioning that we should pop on some Aloran skulls here, which make this bit a lot easier. I'm also going to take off the parry shield and put on the sorcerer's staff for spook. So we head on up. I'm going to head towards the left of this section here, get the skulls ready. Head down the left here. Couple of skulls here. So one for this enemy, and I usually go for a second one. For this one here, or for that guy that everyone likes to call Jon Snow, because he does look very much like Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. So up the stairs and then off the ledge here, we can grab this large titanite shard to sell if you want to. You may have aggro from one of the archers, potentially. So just check that. Yes, if one of those guys hits you, it will knock you right off the ledge, and that will be a death. You can wait here, so if you do have aggro from that knight there, you can actually just wait behind this post. Keep an eye out for Jon Snow, because he's looking for you. And that knight has gone back to his original position. Head on up. You can roll off here. Grab these ashes. Head back up. There might be a knight still attacking. So we'll just wait for that. And if we cast Spook here, once again, it doesn't give us any footstep sound, so you can just sort of leisurely make your way past. And you might get aggroed to the right and to the left here, so just beware of the knights around here. But just roll on through and through this door. Head towards the left. Grab this lever. There we go. Pick up this ember. Use the ember if you need it, or sell the ember if you don't need it. Just wait for this. It's usually quite safe on this area as well, so you don't really have to worry too much about anything making its way over to you. Then we're going to head up here and press the lever at the top of these stairs. There we go. Makes this platform spin to win. And kind of head around towards the section here. And grab this bonfire. So we've got a boss fight coming up. So before we jump into that boss fight, we're going to head back to Firelink, get some upgrades and prepare for the fight. So once we're back here at Firelink Shrine, again, check if we need to sell anything, which we may need to do. We've also got this ash that we can give to the maiden here. We can sell any souls that we might have picked up. We can sell Pontiff soul as well. Don't need that. Sell Ember if you want to sell Ember, that's fine. Large Titanite shards, we don't need those anymore because we are on Titanite chunks at this point, so we can sell that. Scan for anything else, that's all good. So we can't get any sword upgrades and we can't get any Estus flask upgrades at this point. We've got 51,000 souls, and we have Aldrich boss fight coming up. So for this fight, he's weak to fire, so it's good to have some fire with you. So grab some of these fires. We'll probably take 3 in, should be fine. And also maybe 5 pine bundles as well. Check if you got some green blossoms, which we do, that's fine. Check homeward bones, because you might need to use a homeward bone to get out of there. That's all fine. We've got 50,000 souls, so get some levels up at this point. 40 dexterity should be absolutely fine. So if you want to play safe, just go for endurance or HP. I'm not going to play safe, so I'm going to go for dexterity for this fight. Burn any undead bone shards that you might have. And then you want to head back to Anor Londo. Okay, so here we are. You want to prepare your items and weapons and stuff ready for the fight. So for this fight, we don't want the Alluring Skulls at all. Can get rid of those. The ring setup is still fine from the Pontiff fight, because Aldrich can do some fire damage, so you can have fire resistance with this ring here, which is good. We're going to be using the Sorcerer's Staff in a second to make a quick jump and cut out some enemies. The rest of that all looks fine. So we're going to head on up. Cast Spook and then go back to the Grass Crest Shield. Run up the left hand side here, wait for the night. And then do 1 roll to kind of get past that spear attack. Head on up these stairs here. So this next bit I'm going to do a little bit of a jump. It kind of skips a little bit out, makes it slightly easier, plus we also pick up an Estus shard by doing this little trick as well. So you don't have to do this bit, by the way, so don't worry if it doesn't work or whatever, you can just make your way down normally. I'm going to cast Spook. Run, do like a left-right kind of jagged thing with the analog stick, and then jump off over the railing. You pick up the Estus shard there. Don't worry too much about that jump, it's not vitally important. If you don't get that, you can just make your way down the stairs, and you can still pick up the Estus flask. And even if you don't get the Estus shard, don't worry too much about that. It's not vitally important that you do get it, but just kind of help. You've got an extra heal. Head on into the fight. Once again, I've got a very detailed guide on this boss fight on my channel. So definitely check out that guide for the full detailed strats. Basically we're trying to do just under 1,600 damage on Aldrich. So I'm going to wait until he's in a position where probably a good place there. Just keep my eye on the damage. I need to hit him probably 1 more time. So we did about 1,300 there. I think that will push him over. It will. It's not gone the smoothest, but that's fine. We can still make it work. That's not too bad. Not too bad. And then once we killed Aldrich, the game will teleport us here, where we started towards the high wall of Lothric. The next boss fight coming up is the Dancer. We don't need to do this bit just yet, so it's usually a good idea. We've got 62,000 souls. it's usually a good idea to head back to the Firelink Shrine, so we've gone back there before we do the next fight. We've got 62,000 souls, so we need to prepare and get ready for this next boss fight. So sell anything that you may have that you want to get rid of. For example, Aldrich's soul, we can get rid of that. Don't worry about that. Scan for anything else that you may need to sell. Again, top up on anything that you might need. So if you need any embers, grab some embers. If you need some blossoms, grab some blossoms. For the dancer fight, she's weak to darkness. So usually I would buy 3 of these human pine resins. You may only need to use 1 of those, but grab 3 because you might need to use 3 depending on how the fight goes. So grab those. Some homeward bones if you need those. You may need to homeward bone out of the fight if you do get yourself into a spicy situation. And then we did pick up an Estus shard just before Aldrich as well. So make sure to reinforce the Estus. Make sure that your blades are +7 at this point as well. The next part coming up is the dancer battle, and then we have to run around and grab some items for some sword upgrades. Make sure to press like, subscribe and drop a comment. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh my good god. What? You can't poke me through a wall?